And there it is. Whew. So yeah, the journey that I've taken to get this freaking song done, it would blow your mind, because I picked up the guitar and I was like, oh, I've done the Stone and Trippin' Billies, and I've done all these difficult One Sweet World intro. I mean, I've done all these songs that I was just like, this is gonna be tough. Prepare yourself. Hey, there's nothing simple about this. Old Dirty Hill, I was like, okay, well, G, C. I'm sitting here watching. I was like, oh, I thought it was an A minor in there. It's a little bit weird. This simple song is obviously a lot harder than it seems. So buckle up, because this is gonna be a little more difficult. I would put this, I mean, if you're really like touching kind of the intermediate bar between beginner and intermediate, this is the perfect song for you. If you're a super beginner level, you might still want to give it a shot just to challenge yourself. I hope everybody enjoys this little guy right here. Broke my D string the other day. And I know this guitar is sounding flat. I need to get some new strings. So feel free to call me out on that, how the guitar sounds so flat. So without me just blabbering on like I always do, we're gonna jump into this fun little song. Strumming, rhythm, weird, crazy. I'm not getting it exactly right. I've got the Radio City ending. I think I got that right. I have not seen Tab's videos or anything like that for it. Just kind of going off what he's doing, because I couldn't see, there were no good camera angles in Radio City for me to actually see the entire thing, but listening to it, playing it through and everything, I think I got it right. So have fun with that. That little outro is a fun thing to play. But there's a lot, like I said, his rhythm, there's a lot of just weird little kind of funky strumming things that he does that I'm going to try and point out as best I can. Like I said, I'm not a pro at like strumming tips and things like that, but I'll do my best to kind of point out what he's doing and kind of how you want it to sound. So now that I've wasted another minute and a half of your time, we can jump into it. So we're going to start off with a G, just straight out, not like a full G. We're going to go, I play it like this. I always tell you guys to play these songs. Dave Matthews plays these, and he plays these like this for a reason, because when you have this G shape right here, I'm on the E and the A string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, I'm down here on the high E with my pinky, because you're gonna want to be prepared to go from here to the C and then back to the G, and then you're just kind of keeping the same shape throughout the entire verse. Also going to bring it up. So what he's doing is he is just keeping yourself prepared for the next chords. That's what you always want to focus on, always want to pay attention to. So that shape right there on the, like I said, the E, the A, and the E, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. Doing a lot of that palm muting down here over the saddle, okay, over here near the bridge. Because you're not strumming it going. You can tell Dave, especially in that the Radio City version, it's very muted. All right, and then as he gets into the chorus, it kind of builds up as usual. So we're gonna go from that. All we're doing is just moving these 2 fingers down a string. Okay, so now we're on the A and the D. This pinky stayed down here on the high E. Just jumping down there for a beat right there, okay? We're going. Okay, so I'm kind of doing a little 2 downstrokes here, but you wanna accent this high, the higher notes down here, okay? So I'm almost kind of going down 1, and then 2 down here, before I switch to that C right here. And then I'm just going down 1, and then back to that G. So I'll play that again kind of slowly. Then after he does that, he slides. You're going with a traditional C shape right here, okay? I'm not going to explain what it is. If you're playing this song, you should know what a C is. We're going to slide. So our bass note's going to be up here on the 3rd fret, A string. Just slide it up to the 5th. Now, Dave kind of throws in a little bit of a pinky. If you'll watch the Radio City version, he throws in a little pinky right here on the D string 5th, still keeping that middle finger on the D string 4th. It's a lot of very kind of hard slapping, almost kind of downstrokes. So let's do all that together and give you an idea of what's going on. Okay, so we're going G to that C, back to the G, then G again, and sliding up. So that first note that he hits right there, then he goes to that and puts that down. Doesn't do it all the time, every time. I just notice him doing it sometimes. We're going to go through all that again. Exactly the same, but instead of him sliding up here, we're just going with a little D right here. I don't even put my middle finger down here on the high E string because you don't need to, because you're not going to play it. When he's strumming that, we're literally playing just the D, the G, and the B strings. Still getting that good muting down here. And he takes it off a little bit there, so it does ring out a little bit. Like I said, guys, there's a lot to pay attention to in this song. Listening to his version of it, okay? I'm just going to kind of guide you down the path of what he's playing, but I really want you to says, but you know when it gets hard, we're just going to go straight into a C, okay? So this is the chorus. Oh, sorry. I missed something. When he says, screaming, shout out loud in this, it's like, isn't that what he said? Scream and shout out loud. Okay, well, I think in a sense. You are going with that exact same chord shape here, so we're still just going with this, the basic, the G and the C, going back to that. When he says scream and shout out loud, it's that exact same C shape, but instead of sliding up to the 5th, 4th, 3rd, we're sliding up to the 6th, 5th, 4th. That's where he's doing some offbeat type things right there. Little bit, you'll kind of see him. Man, I can't even tell you how many times. I watched this video to the Radio City video to try and get this right. And he jumps back into that same rhythm that the song has been in the whole time. So jumps back into it there from. Okay, so tons of the song left open for interpretation as far as the strumming goes and all that stuff, especially right there. So then we're going to come back into the G, C, G. Then we're going into the chorus. But you know when it gets hard, we're going to go just a C. My pinky's not doing anything there. It's just these three. We're just right there on a C. Now we're going to do this interesting little chord here. It has that really cool sound to it, okay? A little bit of a stretch. You can do whatever is most comfortable for you. I think it's probably better this way. I think Dave Matthews does it this way. I just do it like this because I'm already in that C, and I just leave my ring finger up here and do it like, oh yeah, I guess that's how I do it. I don't know why I did it like that before. Sorry. So let's go B string 4th fret, and then we'll go our third finger right here, 3rd fret, A string. First finger is going to be all the way over here on the D string 1st fret. So it's almost kind of like a crash chord, except we're stretched over here instead of here. It's kind of a crash chord. We won't go into that. Anyways, so we're gonna go. So we'll be there. Then we're gonna go back into that same little G, the G that we had in the intro and the verse. Okay. Then we're gonna go here to this little guy, and I am on the 1st fret A string, 3rd fret D and G strings. It's basically like a B. You're just moving one step down. Okay. So from there, we're gonna jump into a little A minor. And I'm about to strum through all this so you understand what's going on. Like I said, so many chords in this song, it would blow your mind. Then we're gonna jump back up to a C again. Then from that C, we're gonna come all the way back up to these 2 chords we had talked about in the verse. The one on the 6th, 5th, 4th. Then we're gonna jump down to the 5th, 4th, 3rd. All right, so I'm gonna strum that whole chorus from the time he says, but you know when it gets hard, it's when the days I remember. So it's gonna go. Sorry. Let's start that again. Strum it again. Man, I'm just killing it right there on that switch. I don't know what in the world I'm doing. I'm going brain dead. Again, from the top. Good grief. So that's it right there, kind of. I'd be willing to bet you could probably play it better on your first time than I just did. Don't know what that was all about, but you got the chords. Doing here, one more time. Then here. Take me back to that beat again. So, you know, I really like the way that when it goes to that D, it just sounds really good. Side note. Anyways, so then we're going to jump into that awesome little outro. So I haven't looked deep into some other versions. I know there's like the Mile High version. What was that, Mile High Festival or something? Whatever that, the little box release that they did. Maybe 10 years ago or so, is he almost plays like a YIM type deal. It's like, or it's something weird like that. I didn't want to look into that because I want to do YIM. That wasn't even how you play YIM, but it sounds similar to it. I don't think it's exactly the same. I haven't listened to that in a while. I just remember hearing that and going, oh, that was YIM. And they might still do that. I don't know. I haven't heard newer versions of this much recently because I love that Radio City version so much. So we'll jump into it. So we're going to be on that same C shape for that outro. Now, we're going to climb down on that A string from the 3rd to the 2nd. We're going to come down here for a nice little stretch. We're going to be on the B string 5th fret. Then we're going to be on the 2nd string D fret. Wow. It's been a while since I've done these tutorials, huh? Yeah. We are on the 2nd fret D string. So make sure that G string right there is muted with the fat part of your the underside of your index finger right there. So you're not hearing it. So you're hearing. Okay. So we'll go again. Down. Then we're gonna go to a little Dancing Nancy's chord here. All it is just a G up here, E string, A string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. Then we're down here on the G string, 4th fret. Then we're just gonna go to a straight little F right here. Middle finger's not on anything. We're just going 1, 3, 3 on the E, the A, and the D. Then we're gonna come down here, and I'm making it. It's still kind of you're still on an F. You're only strumming down 1. So when you're going from this to this, you're just preparing yourself to get to that C, because we're gonna start all over again, because that's the whole thing. That's the whole, he just runs right back through what I just played, okay? So slowly. Sorry, it's hard to play it slow. Okay, so I had to get that out so I could remember what I'm doing. And that's the first time we ever ended on the same chord. That's it, I think. I believe. In my head, I'm starting to, I had some little notes down here, and now these notes really aren't making sense to me. So I think I got it all right there. Like I said, I was most excited. Like, my brain the whole time was just thinking about how excited I was to teach that little ending, and it probably kind of sucked, and I probably didn't do a great job. But hopefully everyone enjoyed that, because man, that's just such a fun. And just remember that basically from here, here, here to there, those are all just downstrokes, just one downstroke. So the first little climb down, you're playing around a little bit between notes, okay? You can just give it a little bit of an upstroke kind of on that D, the D string kind of. But then we're really going. So really that's the last one. You kind of go down, up, and then you're just going. If that makes sense. It's just real kind of quick. You're still, maybe you get a little bit of a quick upstroke kind of when you're switching, okay? Because I want to spend time on this. I want you guys to get this, because this is a really difficult thing for me to figure out. All right. So now that I've sufficiently wasted far more of your time than I needed to, and I don't know how. It's funny because sometimes I'll go back and rewatch these, and I'm like, what in the world are you even talking about? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully it was helpful to you. Hopefully you have learned how to play Old Dirt Hill by the Dave Matthews Band now. And I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. Got some more videos coming up soon. Some not Dave Matthews Band songs coming up that I'm super excited about. So you get excited too. Take it easy, everybody.